Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and first of all I want to apologize for the delayed devlog. So for the past month I haven't uploaded a new devlog at all, and that's because of my studies, and I won't be able to upload much in the next month as well because I need to prepare for my SATs. But anyways, today we are going to add lots of new stuff to speed racing. Here is a to-do list of everything I'm going to be adding to the game: a new map, main menu for the game, a loading screen, new cars, a shop to buy the new cars, and a save system as well. So it's a lot of stuff, and let's get started without further ado. So first thing on the list was adding a new map. I felt like having just one map really limits the game, and the more maps the better. So I decided to add a map of different biome, and this time I chose a forest type map. So this map is almost 1.5 times bigger than my desert map, and my desert map was more of a rectangular shape, and this one is a circular shape. Anyways, here is a timestamp of me making the entire map. Main menu. I finally added a main menu to the game as well, since we needed one badly. And for the UI, I tried the same style as I previously did in the main game, and somehow made it work. I know it doesn't look gorgeous or anything, but it does its job well. The buttons are well positioned, clearly named, and looks decent. For actually making the buttons work, I just copied some code from my old projects and made it work. At this point, I can say that the game is finally coming together. I'll add more cars and upgrades which you can buy from the shop, which I also have to add, but other than that, all the basic mechanics are done by this point. A loading screen. So this was really important because right now it just loaded into the game without any loading screen, and so I needed to add that. So for this I used my own tool called Unity Level Manager, which helps you seamlessly transition from one scene to the other, and it takes like 2 minutes to set it up. The source code is available for free on my GitHub, which I'll put a link in description. Victory UI. I noticed that even after you finish the race, nothing happens. So I put together a UI to show whether you won or lost the race, and how much points you earned from this race as well, and how much time you took to finish the race. This will make the race feel more competitive and enjoyable. Adding new cars. Right now there's only one car in the game, which is kind of boring, so I needed to change that as well. So I added these new cars, which I again got from the Unity asset store. I needed to implement my car controller in all these cars, and Pretty soon I got it working. Then I realized I also did not have any names for these cars. So I got onto Discord and asked some of my friends to name these cars. And here is what they come up with. This car is named Jaguar. This yellow one is named Surge GT. This is going to be the fastest car in the game. And this blue car is named Frost. And my iconic car, like the one which I had from the starting, is going to be named Muscle. Adding a shop. Now I felt like I needed to add a shop where the player can buy new cars that I have made. So I got started on that. First I designed all the UI I would need for the shop. After that I coded the logic behind the shop, and the way that it works is that I have taken an array of all the cars, like basically it is an array named all cars of type car data, which is nothing but a scriptable object which contains all the data of a specific car, like its prefab, its cost, its name, and all the other details like its speed, maximum speed, and other stuff like that. Then I have a variable called current display car of type this again same car data, and another variable called current car index. Now whenever player presses the next car button, I run the display next car function, which increments the current car index by 1. But if the current car index is the last car, then I set it back to 0. Similarly, when the player presses the previous car, then I run the display previous car, which decrements the current car index by 1. But if the current car index is 0, then I set it to the last car. Really simple logic. Now you guys might be wondering, what does display car do? Well, first of all, it sets the current display car to the all cars of index, where index is nothing but the current car index. And then I simply call the spawn display car, which simply deletes the previous car instance if any, and then gets the prefab of current display car and instantiate it. After that, all the UI gets updated accordingly. This is all the code I need to display various cars, but I also need to be able to buy, equip, and unequip cars. So for that, when the player clicks on the buy and equip button, we run the buy or equip car function. First thing I check is if the car is owned or equipped, in which case I don't need to do anything whatsoever. But if it is bought but not equipped, then I equip the car. And if it is not bought either, then I check if the player has enough money in the bank, and if they do, then I run the buy car function. That's the core of my shop system. I know it's not perfect. In fact, a better approach would be to use the state pattern, which would make things way simpler, but I'm too lazy to implement state pattern here. Save system. Finally, I needed to find a way to save all the data, that all the player progress. Now I already have a built-in tool called Unity Save System, which allows me to easily save and retrieve data from the device. but it can only save normal C# classes, and I want to save a scriptable object. So I had to refactor a lot of my own code, but in the end I somehow made it work. So now I will be able to save player progress throughout play sessions. That's it for this devlog, and I have an announcement to make. Since my SATs are coming up soon, I need to focus more on my studies, but I will try to make more devlogs. Also, please make sure to like and share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe my channel as it helps out a lot. See you in the next devlog.